Gabi Ochredakun, he's one of the influential people are now on Akufo-Addo administration. Wakasa ede yafa the current Mahama administration. Then anokan Kwame na Afenyo-Markins Alexander Honorable our minority leader in parliament for the minority caucus. Ono so wakasa during a year NPP won peace pact aspirants no ekoye say one more echo signing ahead of a year January 31st a presidential primaries no na edie na Alexander Kwame na Afenyo-Markins ekan wakasa dia fa Prof.Frimpong Boateng ho afei wo say NPP eni abemu na say omumu atete a oman Ghana ebre edi ewuafo say na wadwen wo efa honorable Alexander Kwame na Afenyo-Markins ne comment ya o make no ho fa wadwen kyebra na ye ka wo say wo be like video no ene dia ma ye ne die course na afei say unya subscribe ya obe subscribe to our channel the amai na Gabi Ochredakun was say ono de onye politician and he doesn't belong to any political party, but it is not true because now oye a key person and I said key personality in the El Salvador administration. There are a lot of allegations leveled against him in some of the initiatives that the El Salvador administration etiki here. A bit said they are married. He's some way seemed to have commented on it. Say a positive. The PDS and other huge projects and as initiatives are the El Salvador administration no undertaking here. Now, was say says you are there as a stance. He will not comment on what performance the current administration no or mo ewumu na ono de onimi say the El Salvador administration they took some drastic decisions and say utie ne kasa no he was referring to domestic debt exchange program and interestingly was say it was harsh but you see in as much as in difficult times it is imperative that the government takes harsh decisions, it must also weigh in on the disadvantage or on the consequences. Because if what decision you take now will have dire needs or dire consequences on your people you don't take it. So you see, if it was at that point, now NPP any other option say they would introduce a domestic debt exchange program, then we would say they were bad managers of the economy. Say if upon all other measures that exist and with all the economic management team Ghana had, we were here when Dr. Onuba LST presented the economic management team. Now, with all this list, professors, economists, doctors, a whole lot. Now, it was at that point, and upon all these brightest minds, not domestic debt exchange program. Some people are not involved in the well, then I will say NPP. In the last 4 years, you were the bad managers of the economy. Because consequences of the actions will be dire to the extent that pensioners, which we have never heard in the history of the world. And I know, yes, people will come and say, oh, some countries did it. You don't say some countries did it, so you're also doing it. On what basis? And what was the result? What was the impact? But again, that is what happened. People had haircuts. And say, oh no, anka odanya. Say na debi amekano. Say anka odanya. O say contract and any jine. kotre o se nia oto bo no ne buafu no kura se ne o ka se wani gine enti anka odan enti wo so no ano na kwan ye ni yi ne ka odan you say something different mo bi etie ye o kire da ko
I don't want to get you trying to push Harris to take decisions that even is suffered intellectually, but when necessary, they did not waste the crisis, but consolidate those policies, okay? And we are hoping that long wait continue and that the impact of Ghanaians and on the shop floors in businesses, because once you have macroeconomic stability, now so far so good, and we are hoping that long wait would continue and long wait expand the benefits and impact of
Alexander Kwame Afenyo-Markins minority leader in parliament na was it Ghana for any NPP for nyina muntie niye was say no nwa pa say Prof.Frimpong Boateng, a whole professor of his caliber, I can say one tuaba in the 2024 general elections. Was he was very surprised. Na ni nyina no as a result of a division within the New Patriotic Party. Until the time has come. Na ebra oka yes answer no na na yapa na ahye no obi Alexander Kwame Afenyo-Markins.
Factionalism may energize internal contests, but it weakens the party's capacity to win national election and to govern effectively. And I was saddened hearing that the respected Professor Frimpong Boateng saying publicly that he did not vote in 2024 elections. This is what division can do to us. It's unfortunate.
Na answa owi ye no se moma ye nyina mfanto yetrim enkanka aspirant Kennedy Ohene Ejapon, Dr. Brian Champon, Dr. Yawaduchum, Kwabena engineer Kwabena Japan ene Dr. Mahmoud Baumia mu nyina momfanto mutrim se party no especially mu nyina the party is bigger than everybody. Na se yebetumi enya win ahead of a year 2028 general elections no agi se nyina kan wabum se nya sa de a emfa ena se mohwe pa no a se Ghana se NPP emutete a na NDC for afom ho adi na afi Ghana mum na omo kire wo no obi enti honorable Alexander Kwame Afenyo-Markins bra na wakasa ewo NPP wonom a peace pact conference ya wonom ekoye.
Distinguished aspirants, your supporters look to you not only for vision and policy ideas, but for cues on conduct. The tone you set will be a tone that filters down to the grassroots. When leaders speak with restraint, supporters listen with restraint. I humbly, therefore, on behalf of the mighty 87 in Parliament, urge all aspirants to conduct their campaigns with civility, respect for internal regulations, and unwavering commitment to peaceful engagements. Disagreements are inevitable in any competitive process, but they must be managed through dialogue, established mechanisms, and the authority of the party's institutions not through public confrontation, insinuation, or rhetorics that deepen divisions. Today is not an ordinary party ritual. It is a test of leadership and patriotism. This peace pact is not only about who wins on January 31st. It is about whether on 1st February and beyond, the NPP will still be strong, united, and credible in the eyes of Ghanaians. Ghana is watching a party that has, at its best, delivered significant reforms. Talk of the free SHS, talk of the health insurance, talk of the industrialization drive, 1D, 1F. Ghana is also watching a party that is anxious, polarized, and yearning for competent, honest, visionary leadership again. The stakes are higher than the ambitions of any single aspirant in this room. Unity and the cause of division. Let's note, the history of this tradition teaches us a simple truth. Whenever the NPP is united, it is formidable, and whenever it is divided, it bleeds, and Ghana pays the price. Remember the 1979 election, the PFP and the UNC. The rest we all know.
Na peace pact no na former president na Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, Ado Gaga, Ado Showboy, Ado D na Ohobi. NPP one regional chairman wuntumi chairman 1 na ono nso ewo ho Professor Michael Kwe na ono nso ewo ho bi. In fact Alexander Kwame Afenyo-Markins, Justin Kudia chese enipa bebre ne ahukudam a yenim wo mo in the NPP party ni mu no na wonum nyina ewo bi se omo ba na omo amadwumadie no akodwojo se na ebe ya ahead of a year omo elections omo beko 31st of January aka enaketwe bi na edru ho NPP obia abeka na koma to ne yam na empanifo abehwe ama abato na akoso no obia agi atum se ebebu ya homaden na afei yama elections no akodwojo se na ebe ya ebitimi aka ye ho abom na ye gina ede yakon ede yama Ghana, because when there is division amongst the new patriotic party, the country suffers. It is Ghana that pays. Island TV Plus. Well, like video na my na wa share na Facebook. Odo comment abase na wadwen extra the efa enkomo a yedi ni sisi ana.